We're here. Everyone's live. It's live. We're doing it live. Introduce us, please.
Come on, Jack of Clubs, let's go.
This is your idea. Come on.
Come on.
Hey, everyone. Today is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and do whatever this is. Welcome to Jack of Clubs. When they told me they had a surprise for me, there were a lot of things I considered, and this was not one of them. Because this is not even like a tier list. It is like, it's a totally different thing. Like I had never considered this a tiering thing. So I'm just here now, and well, you take it from me. This is your time. I can't.
I saw it on tier list maker. I thought it'd be a good idea.
This is gonna be a lot of fun.
At least I'm not making you do the Pokemon.
This is true. We're gonna lean into it. We're gonna have a lot of fun. This is gonna be fun. Hello,
hey,
Todd.
Hi, Todd. Hi, stream. All right, are we ready?
Yep.
Let's just dive in. Do you have anything is there any topic you wanted to broach before stream today?
I'm okay.
All right. Okay. We're just going right in. And we're taking.
Okay.
We're not gonna look at the options. Stream is gonna be. It's gonna be a complete mystery what the options are to stream. I'll just put it here. I guess they can see it.
You can see that. There you go. That's fine.
So you kind of gonna see just this. We're taking each option. We can click whatever we're doing. They have this new live.
Dr.
tier.
Graves, hello. I just want to point out that this was not my idea. I am being held hostage.
We're not. To be fair, smashing does not mean out of wedlock. Okay, let's just put that.
Then why is it different than married?
It just means
They're attractive.
yes.
That is what we're doing. We're rating how attractive
Yeah. Smash
these people are.
Marriage is like
That's it.
Marriage is like you want to lock them down for life. Smash is like you're okay. They're very attractive. Kiss is like they're moderately attractive. Pass is pass, and NPC is they suck.
And this is also not who I would personally do. Just general rating. I'm not gonna marry Walter White. It's not gonna happen. But is he marryable? Those are different questions.
Look, Todd, that's not what that means. Oh, PB will be back in an hour. Okay,
Sounds good.
But
You're to
Todd,
see the results
it does not
of
mean
this.
I'm a fuck. It just means that we think they're attractive for the sake of this. Okay, that's how I got him to do it. So I need you to keep to that. Okay. All right, are we ready?
There is value in this. I'm going to tell myself there's value in understanding what makes a human being genuinely attractive. So we're going to roll with that. This is the last I'm going to hem and haw. We're just going to take it in stride. Either, I got to be decisive. Either I shouldn't do it or I should. And this has value. We're going to do it.
We're going to do it. We're doing it live.
Chat. Is Walter White marryable? I have not seen Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad. I haven't seen that show, whatever that is.
He lies a lot.
Right.
But he's got a lot of money.
He's going to NBC.
He's going to pass. I don't understand what the difference between pass and NPC is either.
He's at a Switch 2 launch party at GameStop. There's a launch party?
That's actually wild.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is really cool.
Can you let the cat in?
Okay.
I said we should go camp out at Best Buy.
Okay, but they don't have a launch party. Everyone's just camping out in the parking lot.
Oh, that's true. Well, you can make it a party. You can bring the bike.
All right. And so, what's your opinion? What would you do with Walter White? I'm gonna say I don't know what what should NPC be?
NPC's the worst. It's basically
We'll just do it. Yeah.
Untouchable.
Untouchable.
We don't
so
want
what does pass mean? Just not for me?
Pass is not for me.
Not ideal?
Yeah.
I'd
say pass.
Pass, yeah.
Or kiss.
He's redeemable.
But he does drugs.
Does he do good things
he
for
doesn't
anybody?
do drugs.
Oh,
does he
not?
do
he
good
makes
things?
the drugs.
Oh, okay.
Name one good thing Walter White has done.
He was a chemistry teacher for 20 years before he made drugs.
Was he good to the kids?
Yes. He was a good chemistry teacher.
Then we'll do
He only started making meth when he got cancer and he wanted to leave his family a bunch of money.
Okay, there's potential there.
So I think kiss. I'm a big kiss on this one.
Drugs meth is bad.
Meth is bad, sir.
That's
okay. All right. Pass.
Gal Gadot.
Who's this?
That is Gal Gadot,
That's
the
Gal
one who plays
Gadot.
Wonder Woman. I know very little about her personally enough to say marry, but she's certainly attractive.
I don't think she's that attractive.
You and we've historically differed on this. I think that she's one of the most attractive women in the world, but that's strictly physically. But she also seems nice, and she's seems elegant and
She's
refined.
NPC.
Yeah.
We're supposed to get bam today.
Todd's saying smash on.
Okay, guys. So I guess the surprise within the tier list is surprise is being demonetized.
We're not demonetized. No one said anything bad. That could have been for a completely different reason.
All right.
I'd say smash.
Okay, I could give you a smash.
I don't know. She is married though, isn't she? She's marryable. She seems like she was in the IDF and shows commitment. She's probably marryable.
No.
She's probably
She's
marryable.
in the IDF. Smash. What are you saying?
Smash.
All right.
I would say marryable, but so I guess smash wins out.
Who the heck is this?
I don't know, but he looks cool.
That's Superman from
That guy looks like he's out of Metal Gear. I don't remember who though.
No, he's not Superman from.
Superman?
That's not Superman.
Is that not Superman?
Can I help you?
That's not Superman. I don't know who it is, but he
I
was
thought
pretty
that was
chill.
the guy from Injustice.
I give him kiss. I give him a kiss.
I'd say pass.
Okay,
that smile puts me on a little bit.
Obama.
NPC.
I'll go with NPC.
Okay.
No,
He did blow up children.
He did blow up children.
He did blow up children.
Wow. NPC.
He did blow up
Okay.
children.
Shrek.
Shrek.
Okay.
Smash.
Mary.
Married.
Easy.
Married.
Easy. Not even a question.
See,
Immediately married, dude. Ooh.
Look, no.
Springtrap.
Jen, Obunga is very different. If it was Obunga, it'd be Mary. It's totally opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah, it's Obama though. We got Springtrap from Five Nights at Freddy's.
Also kills children. NPC.
He did kill children. I forgot about that part. He did.
Consistent with
hold
this.
on. Jen just said we should
Kiss
kiss Springtrap.
They're gonna kiss Afton.
Kiss.
Okay, she's married.
Is she? I don't know anything about the person. She's
She's
said a lot of things that have put me very off.
I
I
never
would
heard
say
what she
smash.
says.
She seems crazy.
Okay, but she's hot.
Who is she,
She's
though?
yeah. I know she's physically attractive, but I wouldn't say smash. I feel like
Kiss maybe?
yeah, because if we're not using smash, like again, we're not using smash. It's just like you would have sex with them and not marry them. Like it is closer. It's a rating. It's just like a tier of how close are they to being marryable. So I'd say kiss.
All right.
Mary.
Absolutely.
All right, cool.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is, but she's hot.
She's hot.
Okay.
I guess hot is just kiss. Hot is kiss.
I don't know, I think she's
Smash.
Do you see anything in there though, like says
See the
character? All right. Again, do you see anything in there that says I see crazy?
I have to go to confession after this.
Crazy
we'll go
hot
kiss, we'll go
crazy
kiss.
hot matrix.
You-
She is insane.
True, she got the pixie cut. I always get alerted by that,
Fair enough.
but it's okay. Kiss.
All right.
All right.
So it is a child murdering child.
I think we have to NPC it. I think we have to NPC that one.
No.
Pass.
Pass.
Not NPC.
Hold on. Does he have money? I don't know who this is.
That's Peter Griffin.
That's Peter Griffin.
Peter Griffin. Peter
That's
Griffin's got money.
That's AI Peter
He's
Griffin.
We put Walter White in pass.
He's Kiss. He's better than Walter White.
I'm putting pass.
Pass.
What has he done that's evil?
He's not what he's done.
He's not an evil
Look at
man.
They
his
cheated
face.
on his wife so many times.
Alright.
He almost shot somebody.
Alright, fair enough.
Oh, he did shoot somebody when the kid was going through the window.
Yeah. Okay, this is
Smash.
This is Mary.
Mary.
Yeah.
She's a good
Mary.
mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mary.
Mary.
Good mom.
All right, that's going to NPC.
Mary.
NPC.
What has Bowser done?
The
What has
song.
Bowser ever done wrong?
Peaches,
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 peaches, peaches.
Okay, demonetized.
What?
No, we didn't get anywhere close to it.
I've never seen the movie, so.
No, that's terrible.
NPC.
It's
So-
Jack. It's literally Jack
What?
Black.
So he's just a simp. That's all you got against him.
It's Jack Black.
He's just, oh well, I didn't kiss. Come on.
Kiss.
He's
I
about
can
it.
get a
Yeah,
kiss.
he's
I
a
can get
manly man.
kiss.
He's a simp, but other than that, he's got
I can
everything
get a
going for him.
kiss. That's interesting. You know, there's a dilemma with this one. Because look at how big that mouth is.
No.
Oh.
Caitlin just said, "Hear me out on Sid." I don't like what's going on. That's not just Sid. That's Sid fucked up. Like that's not what Sid's supposed to look like.
Sid, sorry, it's good.
Different Sid.
Sid's got character though. Sid can
He's
go with
a-
Gal Gadot.
Smash Sid.
SNS. All
Oh,
right.
this is Mary.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
Mary.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I have no opinion.
Mary.
Carnivore.
Smash. Look how attractive that is.
Smash.
That's a legitimately beautiful Pokemon. It's a bird. Look, it has arms.
But what about bestiality though?
It's not an animal.
Is that an animal?
Pokemon aren't animals.
Are they just another sentient species?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Non-lingual though.
What did she just do?
You knocked down your Christmas wrapping.
That's fine. That's my dad's.
Okay.
Have fun with that schnitzel.
It's a Pokemon. I guess that's fine. Smash.
Trying to go in the box.
You want to get her?
Sure.
Smash. I don't even know who that
Who
is.
the heck is that? Oh, isn't that the lady from Doctor? No, it's
Come
not
here,
Doctor
my
Who.
child.
Can you stand up the box so she doesn't climb in it when she gets back down?
I wish it told us who they were.
Yeah, I wish there's no names on them.
Like that gives me Doctor Who vibes. That one lady.
Look, you're adorable, but
Android 18 is what Todd's saying in chat.
Android. What is that?
So that's an Android? It's like a...
Dragon Ball Z.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't know anything about Dragon Ball Z.
No, Todd, I see what you're saying. Android 18, Dragon Ball Z. But, is that like a robot or is that a person?
Her heart is beating so fast. No one knows what you're talking about. No one knows.
Explain to us. Person, she has kids.
Smash?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if she has, she probably marry.
Mary?
Yeah, I get that vibe.
She has kids. Okay.
Mary.
What?
Whoa! All right.
Todd, who's this? Todd, who's this? Calm down. She's cellularly modified.
Mary.
Smash.
Okay.
Sunday. I'd say Kiss.
Yeah.
Naruto.
Naruto.
Yeah.
Kiss.
This level, yeah.
She's got a lot of boob out.
Which one is cellular modified?
Other one.
That one. Okay, well, I think she'd probably go down Smash. She's not pure blood.
She's pure.
This one, probably Kiss. I don't know.
Kiss. Smash.
What the heck is that?
Smash. Look at that.
What is it?
Todd, we don't watch anime. I'm sorry.
Is it a strawberry?
It's an apple.
How is that a strawberry?
What do you mean is that a strawberry?
Are you?
Look, that's what happened when Eve ate the apple. All right?
NPC.
NPC.
NPC. What is that?
NPC. But it's not like a bad person, so you can go like pass.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's a Sonic character, I think. Lola Bunny. We gotta pass. We're not furries. We're not furries.
We're not furries.
Hold a strong front. We're passing on Lola Bunny.
If we pass it, but what about Pokemon? Pokemon are just.
That looks like a person.
This looks like more. She speaks English.
She
Pokemon doesn't speak. She
You
can't
ever-
say no.
You ever,
all right.
No, have you ever heard Meowth in the Pokemon animated series? He speaks.
But does she?
Arceus speaks. She can communicate telepathically, actually, I think, by the Pokédex. Gardevoir.
Fair enough, but still, I mean, I don't know. I would say, no, probably pass though.
I'd pass.
Pass.
She's a little promiscuous.
What the?
We're NPCing that. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what
We're
that
NPCing that.
is. Regular Chica.
Also a child, also kills children.
NPC. Who is that?
I don't know.
Todd.
Todd, please. We don't know who this
Todd.
is.
No way.
More than
that-
Nintendo
that's-
Switches. Help us here.
That's Todd. No way.
Dude, Todd's got a heck of a jaw.
Dude's clearly got wisdom. He's got a nice jaw.
Kiss?
we
Okay.
don't even know who this is.
You want a kiss?
Yeah.
Okay. Did not take. Oh,
Oh, okay, that's
Bring him back,
easily
bring him back.
Mary.
Mary.
Kita? Yeah.
We can't bring him back. He's
Wait.
He's
No.
gone to the.
Can you
grave.
drag him over when you're over there?
no.
No.
That's stupid.
Doo, doo, doo. That's what you get for being a simp.
It's all right.
No,
It's all
okay.
right.
Who the heck?
He's mewing, so
Oh,
pass.
he is mewing. Okay.
Pass.
Pass. Mewing is great.
Smash. Look at the mew streak. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't.
You
let's
better
do
let
it.
me see that
Let's do it.
mew.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I don't know how to mew.
No, it goes this and then you go. There you go.
I gotta do the camera.
I don't know what I'm doing. Chat. How does one do this? It's like you put your
You press
tongue-
the tongue up against the top of your mouth and clench your teeth, and now look towards the left, and then draw your jaw. Nope. That's your cheek. You put it along your jaw, and then no, not both sides, just the side that's facing the camera, and then you do the whisper thing.
It's supposed to build your jawline as a child.
What are we doing?
Like that. Riz maxing. Hold on, I have an idea. We'll play this for stream. We won't be able to hear it other than through my headphones. But I'll hop in a Discord call and hit a soundboard button. There you go, stream. I hope you enjoyed that. This is Smash.
Fine. Fair enough.
Deadpool.
He's probably got to go in NPC, doesn't he?
He kills a lot. He does
He
stand
does
by
justice.
his family.
Pass.
He's an anti-hero. I would say pass. Yeah.
Pass.
Who the heck
Smash.
is this?
He's saying Smash to Deadpool. I don't know who this is.
Deadpool's.
Todd,
I mean,
who
Deadpool
is this?
probably could have been Kiss, but
Todd, who the fuck is this? You know anime. By the way, Invisible Woman's about to come up, and I'm about to smash the heck out of that.
live on camera.
What are we making a porno here?
He doesn't know who this is. Pass.
NPC.
He's got a cool hat, though.
We can
Okay.
skip. He's got a good. Whoa! Whoa!
Skip,
Aw,
skip.
he had a cool hat. He was well dressed. He gets credit for that.
I don't know who this is.
That's Invisible Woman from Rivals. Look at that.
Yeah, but she's ruining the new Fantastic
Look, if she dresses
Four.
like that, it can only be Smash.
Yeah, she's completely covered.
She ruined the Fantastic Four movie, though.
Does it just count if you're naked but blue? Naked but blue is much better than naked.
Naked but blue is Avatar.
Smash. It
Mary?
cannot be Mary.
She's a good wife.
I guess. Yeah, I guess.
She's faithful.
I do Smash.
I mean, we let the other woman be up there. Whatever, I forget the woman.
Alright.
That's Omni-Man.
Oh, absolutely, Mary.
As he literally eliminated an entire planet of people.
Genocide isn't a problem. What are you doing down here? Get out. Get out. Get over here. Get over here. Where is she? Okay, she's under your chair. Sorry, cat problems.
Be good.
Can you bring her up here?
I can.
Oh, she's in a cuddly mood. Cool. I think. Alright. Or what we got with Sonic here? Freaky Sonic.
Freaky Sonic.
NPC.
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 Oh my.
We got an NPC that.
Mary.
No.
No, we got an NPC
Yeah.
that.
What is
That
what
is
has a Goomba
disgusting.
ever done to you?
That is
Look at
disgusting.
He's
No,
got
he's
Riz. He's got Riz. You're gonna get points for muting, but not that.
That
Come
is
on.
disgusting.
Look at that jawline.
Okay. You let her out. She might want to go out.
I would say smash.
Okay, we'll put him in Smash for you.
Thank you.
Alright.
No, she's married.
Mary.
She raised kids that weren't
I
hers.
agree.
Who is she?
She's from Big Hero 6. She's the aunt.
Oh,
And she raised, because the kids in that movie, scrooge up a little bit.
okay.
The kids in that movie didn't have their parents. I forget why, but she raised them.
That's actually great then. Yeah.
And this isn't
Super.
edited. This is a doctored image. Her original shirt covered everything up.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Okay, the Mary, absolutely.
Smash, Mary, smash again.
Smash it. All right.
Alright, SpongeBob, really?
I'm actually gonna pass on him.
It's for the streets. No, he's like
Kiss?
a psychopath.
I'm going to pass.
He can go and kiss.
You can go and kiss. You can go and kiss. Why aren't you looking at the screen?
Because he doesn't want to go to confession.
Okay, if you lust over that, we got bigger problems.
Not to mention all the other people we've just looked at.
Yeah, but if this is the one that gets you, we got a problem. If this minion is what put you over the edge, the minion and G-string should not be what gets you going.
That's terrible. No, it's just terrible.
It's pass.
NPC.
No, NPC, yeah.
No pass.
Okay.
Minions
Alright.
are chill.
I'm not even gonna comment on this person.
What the
Madam
fuck am I looking at?
Dimitrescu or whatever?
She's from
From
Resident Evil.
Is she a good guy or a bad guy?
Bad guy. She's a vampire of sorts.
Okay, then you're NPC, yeah.
She's big though.
Mary,
He's mewing.
Mary,
Look at the view.
Mary,
Mary.
Also a child also kills children.
Mary.
Mary.
Wow. As the stream just shuts off.
Holy.
What? I don't see anything down there. Yeah, I just see a face. Is that Harley Quinn?
Yeah, she's gotta go to NPC. She's psycho.
Yeah. She's pretty loyal. She could be
But
like.
she's
She could be
psycho.
pass.
Okay.
She probably wouldn't kill people if it wasn't for the Joker.
Well, she did.
She's
She's
kind of
a
an
Joker for
anti-hero.
Batman.
Catwoman? Smash. She's sometimes a hero.
Yeah.
She doesn't
Fair
kill
enough.
people randomly.
No.
You can't stand this.
Not
street,
Mary,
bro.
Smash. Who is that?
We gotta change this.
She's
then.
cute.
She is.
I give her a kiss.
Fair enough.
Mary.
Give him a little switch. Yeah, yeah.
Mary Ronaldo, dude.
Absolutely.
I don't.
Top of the list.
Mary Ronaldo. Laura Croft.
Smash.
Smash. I'd say smash. One
No,
Yeah,
I
she
know
messes
that
around with random men a little bit too much, but
Isn't she gay?
Amazing.
if we're asking if all things barred, she seems just smash probably.
Smash. Who's that? She's from
Like
Street Fighter.
Don't know who she is.
I don't either.
Kiss.
Yeah.
Kiss.
Who's that?
NPC. That's P. Diddy.
I don't even know who Diddy is.
What?
Well, now you do. There's P. Diddy.
There you go.
Oh, that's pass.
Who's that?
Who's that?
That might be I don't know, but look at it.
Yeah,
Too
Spider.
many tattoos.
That could be a pass. Oh, she's evil.
That's female Bowser.
That was it.
Bowser. That's a smash.
What has he got down there?
It's a she.
So it is a she.
Yeah, because they put on the crown, it turns him into a woman or whatever. I think is like the whole bit.
Assuming it works.
Smash.
I
No, because it's evil. Pass.
I mean, how evil is Bowser? Let's be real.
You.
Only because he was a simp. Otherwise, I wanted to put him higher. You guys are putting him lower. How
No.
evil is Bowser really? How evil is he? That could be Smash.
Okay.
No.
Mary. No,
I'm not even gonna comment on this one. We just gotta get through this.
If she was a human, absolutely Mary.
We're passing.
She's a car.
We're passing.
Car. Why'd you have to know
NPC, what?
What?
You just saw that? The My Little Pony. I agree with the internet. NPC. God bless you all. We need to send a message to the bronies.
Not the green M&M.
They got rid of her. She's gone.
Oh,
The green M&M. I respect that.
Doesn't Tucker Carlson like the green M&M a lot? Remember that he has a whole bit on it?
I
About
have
that
no
they got
idea.
rid of the sexy boots and how much of a tragedy it is. They got rid of the sexy boots on the green M&M. There's like a whole Tucker Carlson segment from Fox News on that.
She can go to Smash.
No! I'm putting her in pass.
Alright, fair enough.
We're not putting her in Smash. Are you putting her in Smash? Are you smashing that green M&M?
Caitlin's hear me out, so I say
You
kiss.
can only do one thing with the M&M.
I mean, M&Ms are good tasting, so we can kiss it. Think about it.
I'm done thinking about
Smash.
that. Who is this?
Who's this?
I don't know, but look at her.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably fair.
Who's this?
Probably the same thing. She looks pretty angry.
Is that from
She looks pretty angry.
move her down to
Probably no.
kiss.
Yeah.
Bakugan?
Back you go. Oh,
Padme.
Mary Padme. Mary Padme.
She destroyed the Republic.
No, she
She
didn't.
destroyed Anakin.
That's Padme?
It wasn't her fault. She literally just existed. He's like, you might die.
She decided to hook up with baby Anakin.
Not baby. They never had any relationship.
What was the difference by the end?
They were 4 or 5 years apart.
Don't forget
I thought
that.
it was
She
way
almost-
more than. Oh no, you're right. Okay.
She was 14 and he was
Okay.
9 when they originally met.
Okay.
And then he was 19 and she was like 23 or 24
All
when
right.
they
Fair
got married.
enough.
But don't forget what she did on that one banking planet, though, with her ex.
That's true. She messed around with her ex. She was gonna leave. She's flaky. She supports a lot of ants. She is all over the place. She's bad at her job. She's a senator that presided over the destruction of the
You
Republic.
Not lean back so much.
Passed very little that was ever effective. Decided to marry a Jedi general against Republic and Jedi law while sitting on the Senate.
Smash.
Okay. Alright, we'll leave that there. The age difference is fine.
You got
but
a cross
everything
on.
else.
Who's that?
That's Andriana Lima, I think. Adriana.
She's hot.
She's pretty based, but also a Victoria's Secret model.
So, kiss?
Smash, probably.
Smash. Okay. GTA lady. Oh, that's the new one. It's the new GTA lady.
Do we know anything about her?
She's a criminal.
NPC.
Who's the heck is that?
Brazilian anime chick. Like Brazilian Hatsune Miku.
Just no.
Pass.
Pass.
She's got double horns on. NPC.
Yeah.
This is really testing her.
A resolve.
Gentlemen, what are we gonna do about those thighs?
Pass.
No pass.
Pass.
I was gonna say it. Yeah.
Ooh, black cat.
She's basically the same. She's just Catwoman.
So smash.
Yeah.
Pokimane.
That's Pokimane?
Without makeup.
Ooh.
She's pretty. how pretty.
Without makeup, you.
That's still a very pretty woman.
No.
She is still very pretty.
You look at it.
She's good. Yeah.
She looks like a 12-year-old boy.
That
That
freaking
is
jawline.
I would say smash.
Does
Smash
got
or kiss.
a nice behind region.
She's successful. She's a little bit flirty, but she hasn't done like anything crazy. Like she hasn't gone to any of the other sites we will not mention that exist.
I don't like Pokemon, to be honest.
Okay.
She like.
Is she a thirst trapper?
Yeah.
Okay,
She like
then yeah.
she intentionally flashed the camera with her boob like a couple years ago or something.
Then NPC.
NPC.
You're out.
That's a villain in
Yeah,
Mortal
then
Kombat.
out. I think she also has like a weird squid face underneath that mask.
Yeah. Oh, Ana de Armas. I know that one.
She's
We marry.
physically very. What's her personality like?
She's Spanish.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know. I just know she's Spanish. Let's see.
Probably smash.
Ana.
If she's in Hollywood,
Armas.
she's probably not marryable.
Political views.
What? And this is what I was going for. Religion's more important.
She's 37.
Beliefs.
Cuba.
She's religious.
Okay.
She's from
Cuba.
Cuba. She could be Catholic.
Let's look it up.
Is she married? Being married is a pretty good sign that you're marryable.
She was raised in a devoutly Catholic household.
Okay.
Okay. Is she married?
Have evolved over time, reflecting a more personal and nuanced approach to faith. In various interviews, she has expressed her deep respect for her religious views, while also acknowledging the complexities and personal nature of her spiritual journey. She basically she's not really
Fallen
said
away.
much. I don't think she said much. Still, through a religious upbringing, often shaped an individual's sense of empathy. She doesn't really. I don't think she's just.
Is she married?
She doesn't say. I don't know. Let me see.
She is. All right.
Spouse.
Has
She
good.
had a
has good
divorce.
Oh.
Well,
Smash.
let's go to personal. Let's go to personal life here. Spanish actor Mark Clotet. They married in Costa Brava. Divorced in early 2013. She dated Ben Affleck. That's a bad look.
Ben Affleck.
Alright, yeah, she's smash.
Yeah.
Mystique, NPC. She's
Okay.
blue.
What
And
else?
she's a villain.
Okay, then yes.
Sydney Sweeney.
Probably same smash.
Yeah, didn't she just break it off with her fiance?
Did she?
To get with Glenn Powell after they filmed the movie together?
Is that true, or is that just? I thought that was just rumors. If it's true, then that's even kiss. That's just you.
Sydney Sweeney. And she also just made that bathwater.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Get
No,
rid of that.
She's pass.
No, kiss.
No, she's
The
not
looks
kiss.
make up for a lot.
Not that much.
It hasn't really said if they got anything going.
I
Okay, pass. Okay.
Pass.
That's controversial. Glenn Powell mentioned is crazy.
Fair enough. But I like Glenn Powell. If he didn't cheat with her, then I like him overall. He's marryable, I think.
She's got abs. Put her in pass.
What's
Pass.
wrong with him?
Pass.
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 A
It's
muscular woman, like a bodybuilder woman, gross.
Honey, I'm home.
If she can bench my body weight, we ain't talking.
Yeah.
I would say. What else do we know about this woman? The hair's kind of whack. She's wearing kind of whack. Pass.
Okay, abs overall aren't a problem. It's that defined of abs.
I guess.
That's like if you can see the abs, it's fine. But if they're like popping,
There are gym girls.
not
Anytime
not in
boys,
my
that's fine.
not in my household. Sorry.
Fine by me.
What are you? Well, we don't get much about this one. No, that's
That's the woman from Transformers.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox, but it's from Transformers.
Transformers Megan Fox.
We'll just go with Megan Fox, I guess, which is
pass.
Yeah. Just get out. Get off the screen. Get it off the screen. Also, probably the same.
NPC. NPC.
NPC.
Yeah. This guy.
He's in
well
Kiss.
dressed.
He's in Kiss.
He's in Smash. Look at that jawline. He's well dressed.
Okay, Smash.
Alright,
There we go. There's our list.
let's go.
Woo! Yay! Steve!
we
Yay!
lost like 60% to finish this.
What do we think, guys? Let's see what the public did.
Okay, that's
No one in Kiss.
that Deadpool made it out there is wild.
Yeah, the ones that are on Mary are these 5.
Yeah.
All the Smashes. The Minions in Smash!
God bless the internet.
My goodness. Average vote?
No one's in Mary average? Okay.
No, it's like averaging out all the votes they get.
Yeah, I know.
So it's going to put them all towards the...
So nobody got averaged. Mary.
Oh, it's
They would get like a lot of Marys. to put up
exactly.
there. But like...
That's moving. They're watching.
If you look
this
at the
one.
averages, Mrs. Incredible is like the best. She's like the highest up there.
Yeah?
Yeah, look, 49%.
Wow.
Mary. Yeah, Shrek's very, very divided. She's 48%.
I think she would probably even be above Invisible Woman. Probably told me that
Mr.
she's a Big Hero 6 woman.
Most Smash on that. Oh, she made it up to Smash.
Well, most people aren't doing it the way we're doing it.
Yeah. What? How
She
dare
made it to NPC. I mean, hey, you know?
Josh Hutcherson got NPC.
That's crazy. There's a few Marys in there. That's interesting. All right.
How long have we been going?
We've only been going 40 minutes. We got another tier list in us.
You have another tier list?
Games.
Oh my gosh. What the?
That is a lot of games.
You better change the name.
Okay,
of
let's change the
stream.
name and get rid of the
I promised the people religious stuff this week.
Okay, we'll do a religious one.
Do religious orders. Go from that to
religious.
Oh yeah, you guys want to check out my religious order tier list? Just skip to the end of the just skip to the end of the Smash or Pass. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jack of Clubs. This is what we do here.
There's
That's
no
fair
religious
enough.
orders.
Really?
Crusader orders.
That's okay. We can take that. Oh, there's not a lot of
okay,
options.
that's not a lot.
I think we should do a saint tier list.
Are there saints?
Saints Row. All 6.
Catholic countries tier list.
That's kind of it.
Catholic influencers.
Ooh, okay, that's actually interesting.
I've never seen most of these people.
Yeah, I've
but
never.
so not yet. Yeah,
Roman Catholic saints. Oh, there's a decent bit here.
that's a decent amount. That could be it.
Catholic order.
There you go.
I don't know any of these though, so I'm not gonna be very helpful.
I wish they had names.
That would be
Yeah,
nice.
no, I'm gonna say no to that. You can do this one though. You're gonna know these people, right?
For the most part, yeah. I haven't seen one.
You're gonna have to fill us in here.
There's a couple I don't recognize.
We went for.
Get rid of the content label. Done. Oh, Century, welcome back.
Welcome back, Century.
Here's our list.
What the fuck did I miss?
Here's our list, Century.
There you go. This
is our list.
All right.
You're welcome, Century. We gotta save.
I was surprised. Certainly.
Here, I'll post this in. No!
In
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
I misclicked. Oh, I'm still in this chat. Hold on. Tavern.
Smash or pass Steve. Right, with those criteria.
I
Mary.
can't wait for us to move on after this.
Alright, we're good.
There we go.
Catholic saints.
All right.
Okay.
So who's the first guy?
Saint Blessed Carlo Acutis. He hasn't been canonized yet. He was a very devout young man in Italy.
He made a website about Eucharistic miracles.
Yep. He was very much an evangelist. He wasn't a martyr or anything like that. He is a perfect example of how literally anyone could be a saint. He lived a saintly life, doing the most basic of duties, and that's a really good example, especially in the modern age.
Cool pal?
He could be a good saint. Like, Cool Pal is like, they should be a saint, but they're like a feast day that falls underneath. Like, they're in the backups of the feast days. Like, someone you pull out into the homily once every few years, not like every year.
Okay, he'll be a good saint. Who's that?
St. Augustine, chat.
Okay.
Our current pope is an Augustinian.
I know that, yeah.
St. Augustine, his life, his dad was a pagan. His mom converted. His mom is Saint Monica. And he was also a pagan. His dad beat his mom brutally. What made her a saint is that she never divorced him. She stayed with him, and then he converted in the end, like on his deathbed. And her witness converted her son, who also had at one point married a woman. I'm not sure if she had a promiscuous past or not, but eventually when he became Catholic, they hadn't had an actual wedding. And he had a child before, but he broke it off with her entirely. So I don't know what happened there, but he became eventually a bishop. Almost everything that you would ascribe to a church, like, he is the father of church fathers to a degree. He's the guy who kind of organized everything. He's the beginning of the Middle Ages almost. Like, he is one of the biggest nexus points in church history. One of the most brilliant men to ever exist. He's the best theologian probably we've ever had. Like, even St. Thomas Aquinas, he's great. He's super thinky. He has a lot more depth in his works, but St. Augustine, like, he can't do without the foundations of St. Augustine. And St. Augustine doesn't just get those foundations, but he gets them deeply enough for everyone else to be able to build on. Confessions by St. Augustine is one of the best books in church history. It is, like, if you had to read like 3 saint books ever in your entire life, it would be one of them. If you wanted to understand psychology at all, it'd be one of them.
Alex just redeemed Sax Guide while you were talking.
Very good. I mean, he is a chat, so there we go. St. Augustine, top of the top.
Be careful, there's water on your chair.
Got flagged.
Got flagged. Where did he point? Honkies.
What does that even mean?
Deny.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know who this guy is.
Let's look him up.
Wait, is that? No, that's not him. I don't know who that is.
We could reverse image.
I can.
Yeah.
We could reverse image search it. Google.
You can do that. We don't. Do we need Sydney Sweeney up there as a tab? You plan going back to that?
Oh, apparently not. Can you open that door? I need a sprayer. She's gonna damage everything.
All right. Let's see what we got now.
All right, we got her. We
Ladies
got
and
her,
gentlemen.
boys.
We got him.
Let's see if I can get Google to.
Yeah, we'll come back to him. Saint Benedict is there. Oh wait, no. That's Saint Seraphim of Sarov.
This one?
No, the next guy.
Saint who?
That's Saint Seraphim of Sarov.
What do you do?
He
How do you
is.
spell his name? You can look it up.
He is one of the.
How do you spell it? Seraphim?
Begins with an E.
Seraphim?
S-E. Sorry. Yep. P-A. There we go. You saw him.
Seraphim of Sarov.
So he is old enough. He is a proper church father. He's in. Is he venerated in? No, he's not actually a Catholic saint. Interesting. How have I heard of him then? Are you sure he's not venerated in the Catholic Church?
Where does it say?
Saint Albert the Great. Okay.
It just says Russian
Welcome back to him.
Orthodox.
Really? I thought he was canonized.
Venerated in Eastern Orthodox and Anglican.
If he's in the Anglican, he's probably in the Catholic. There's no way.
Anyway, what did he do?
He was big on the Holy Spirit and simplicity. He's okay. You know, a lot of wise words. I guess
the Holy Spirit.
Since we don't know if he's actually a saint, he goes in the cool guy.
Cool guy.
Cool guy.
This is...
Going back, Dylan found St. Albert the Great.
What did Albert do?
He was like a Giga Chad scientist. Probably amazing, massive contribution.
Yeah, scientists are pretty cool. What's this guy? I've seen him before.
St. Anthony.
St. Anthony, yeah.
Oh, top of the top.
He's
All
good.
right.
I know St. Anthony's good.
Yeah, St. Anthony like goes with that. I mean, for someone who knows, I guess it goes without saying, but it doesn't go for everyone. He's one of the holiest men to ever exist. Like he converted like a town by just like his face shone like the sun. He just walked in and said convert, and they did it basically. He's that kind of guy. He was a Franciscan, responsible for a massive amount of conversions. A great deal of theology. He's the reason the Franciscans adopted books. Before that, they were entirely just a life of poverty and word of mouth. But he's one of the most powerful miracle workers in church history. So yeah.
Yeah?
Giga Chad.
Giga Chad.
No, like his biggest thing was his character. That was what he's most known for. As being one of the, most sinless men in human history.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair.
Yeah.
Right,
St. Thomas Aquinas.
Aquinas is...
Yeah. Summa Theologica.
He's got a lot of good stuff.
Theology. He just is theology.
He is the theology man.
Yeah.
But he's got a lot of good writings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that?
Familiar with her roughly, but don't know her name.
All right.
Federal.
Pull out the picture.
Okay.
All right, who's that?
Is that supposed to be Mary?
No.
You sure it's not supposed to be? Because she's got a crown around her head.
I guess that's Mary, yeah.
She's holding laurels. And I don't see Mary on this is the other thing.
So, Mary?
Top of the top, obviously.
Chad.
Above, yeah. Top of Chad. The rest don't matter too. St. Anthony could probably go at the top of those three, then St. Augustine, then St. Thomas. That looks like St. Philomena, but we can come back. I know this next one is St. Cecilia.
What's she famous for?
She's a martyr, which puts her really high up, but we don't know a lot about her. She's
She was the one who they just found the body, right?
kind of, yeah. Like they tried to execute her like 5 different ways, and none of them worked until they cut her head off.
Yeah, that's right.
I got
I got nothing on that lady.
Yeah.
Cool pal.
Yeah, I'm gonna put her in the
This is Philomena, you said?
I think so. Check that. She
I think
looks a little
Philomena.
old to be Philomena, though.
Hey, who's this?
Is that Moses the Black? We'll roll with Moses. Roll with Moses the Black. So Moses the Black, he was the leader of a group of robbers. That after breaking into a monastery, like I think he either got wounded and then the monks like healed him and then helped him get absolution from the authorities, something like that. But he makes a full conversion. He's like one of the founders of monasticism. He's known for sleeping, standing up with his eyes open. Quotes like "You can fast, you can pray, so on and so forth." But you can fast, but the devil never eats. You can stay up. You try to stay up as long as you can, but the devil never sleeps. The only thing you can outdo the devil in is humility. So he's very well known. He's very powerful. He also, near the end of his life, when his monastery got raided, he went back to his old skills and he single-handedly killed all the people attacking the monastery.
Poggers.
Yeah.
He's a pogger.
That one just keeps giving me Madonna, Immaculate Heart of Mary.
So, theoretically, Kaylin says, how much do you think my grade would go down if I choose not to do a health assignment? I would recommend just do the health assignment.
Yeah.
Just do the health assignment.
It's health. How hard can it be?
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It's just health. What is it? Should be the question.
And what is your existing grade? I wouldn't tolerate yourself getting less than an A in health because of how easy it is.
Yeah.
But you don't.
High A.
Then you can probably just skip it, honestly. It was not that important.
She played the video during class. Okay, but what's the assignment?
Okay, that's important stuff to learn.
What's the assignment? Oh, Nig. I did not like Nig. She did, yeah, the crying baby assignment did just happen.
Okay.
But, like, okay.
Yeah, maybe
But,
give
like,
yourself a night off. It's not a lot of points.
But, like, why?
Schools shouldn't define your... Schools have no right to give homework. Schools shouldn't give homework in the first place.
I agree.
Homework is BS.
It is.
Schools do not have the right to that many hours of your day. We spend way too much time on education as a society.
I would say homework, yes, but studying.
Studying's fair enough, but even then, they should be... If they can't do the job in 8 hours, that's on them. You should have time for work and everything else you do in your life.
But anyway...
You should be studying other things.
Do the assignment.
For now, do the assignment if you can. Probably.
Just do the assignment.
Do it while you're watching this.
The baby woke her up 15 times.
Oh yeah, I don't do it. That's my advice.
My
Don't
opinions
do it.
do it.
My
But I did all
opinions don't do
the homework during high school though. Like that was my.
And I didn't.
And you finished ahead of me in the
Yes.
class ranking, so
Yep.
don't do it.
Don't do it. You
She
gotta
doesn't
play
know how to
smart.
do it because she fell asleep during the video.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, then, I mean, do it
Again.
to the best of your ability then.
ChatGPT will.
Just guess.
Yeah.
Chat GPT.
There you go. Gas. Do it.
No, do Chat GPT. That's actually a good idea.
Do it while you're sitting here. If you got nothing else interesting to do, this is a video you got thrown on. Hopefully, you're enjoying this.
It's a fill in the blank. Okay, here, maybe we can do this homework.
All right. Well, after we'll finish this, we'll do the homework.
No, we got. But what's this? Philomena, we
Was that
It just kept
We'll say
giving me
same
Immaculate
film, yeah.
Heart of Mary. Just put it back.
And we'll come back to Mary. That's a whole discussion for another time, though.
Madonna.
She's obviously the top. That's Saint Christopher. He's good saint. He's patron saint of travelers.
No, that's cool.
Yeah, known for. I mean, he's just known for being kind of like a 50 IQ guy who is like a wanderer, and then he just like found Jesus.
Isn't this Mary's parents?
Saint Joachim and Anne. Yeah, probably. Or that could be Saint Elizabeth, and that could be John the Baptist's parents. I'm not sure.
Let's go
Either way, Mary. Either way, it'd be amazing saint probably.
I'd put them there.
Okay,
I'd say they're poggers.
I say they did a good job. That's fair enough. There's
Yeah.
not a lot of great saints that we know of that were married. So put them in a good category. Good inspiration. to
Either
have.
way, if it's Mary's or Saint John the Baptist, we'll put
Yeah,
them there.
fair enough.
Yeah, Saint Joachim and Anne are
No,
Mary's.
yeah, they're Marys. They're not John the Baptist's parents.
Yeah, Joachim and Anne are Mary's. I know that from OCIA.
Yes, century. That is.
Century, you're spreading
Saint
misinformation.
Elizabeth is the one who had John the Baptist in her womb, who leapt at the sight of Jesus in Mary's womb.
Can I remove
Mute
this
him.
chat?
Huh.
Misinformation.
Go
Anyway.
to purgatory. Go to timeout.
Anyway, what's this?
Oh, that's Saint Joseph Cupertino,
What do you do?
patron saint of education. Funnily enough, he was horrible at it. He was really dumb. He was so dumb they couldn't abide him being in the monastery. But eventually, he won them over with his immense character, and God, to prove that what matters most is who you are and what's in your heart, he made him literally fly in front of the others. So amazing. I'd say amazing saint. Yeah.
Who's this?
That's Saint Dominic. Okay, he's got to be.
PB's back. PB missed the entire Smash Your Pass
Okay,
section.
good.
But it's now
You'll see it in Discord. It's probably more wholesome. Welcome back. So we're on Saint Dominic. I'm gonna put him in chat. He is a founder of one of the biggest monastic orders in history. Massive part in the devotion of the Rosary. Dominicans to this day are one of, if not the most solid order of preachers that we have, and of priests. And he does a very good job of mixing the heart that you'll find in places like Franciscans with the theology you'll find in places like the Augustinians. So he's great. Yeah,
Cool.
He's great.
Who's that?
I do not know.
Who's that?
That is probably St. Catherine of Siena. That's not a great picture because she has the thorn in her. Like St. Catherine of Siena is a doctor of the church. So
Oh, I remember her.
Yeah.
Well, she came to America from Italy, right? Was that her?
No, that was someone else. I think
Okay.
the orphanage person. St.
Is
Catherine.
that her?
Doesn't look like her,
Okay,
but
anyway,
could be.
go on with Catherine.
She was holy enough to receive the stigmata, which is what St. Padre Pio received, where like your hands and your feet bleed, except she received the crown of thorns, and it's because of her immense humility. She received like her forehead was literally bleeding. She is written, she is some of the foremost religious works. If you want to get to have a personal relationship with God, she's one of the top 5 saints you can read. So I would put her in Chad.
Chad above these guys, I'd say. She had the crown of thorns.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I put St. Dominic over St. Thomas Aquinas because St. Thomas Aquinas was a Dominican.
Okay, got it. All right, who's that?
Don't know. He looks like a church father. For fun, we can say he's St. Aphrahan.
Oh, no. Aphrahat is...
Too good for this?
No. That is most definitely not St. Aphrahat.
We'll go to St. Faustina. Divine Mercy, I would put her in Poggers for hymns for boys. The book, her journal, S tier. But her herself, she did not do much more noticeable other than she's a saint. Like that's pretty much all you can say about
Edward the Confessor.
Edward the Confessor. Okay, we'll come back to him then. He's important, but she what she does get credit for is pushing through a lot of persecution from within her community. So profound humility and strength. Saint Edward the Confessor was a king. He was an English king, and he basically is responsible for a lot of unity. A really rough time in the church or in the country. Said a lot of things right, but did fail to set up the country for success later. A good example of a king saint, but he's probably gonna go in good saint.
Good saint.
Who's that?
We're gonna move her because we don't know who she is.
Yeah.
What's this?
Don't know. He can go down. St. Francis of Assisi, just above St. Dominic.
What do you do?
Actually, no. He's probably going to go up to above St. Augustine.
Right there.
Yeah. St. Francis of Assisi. So his life starts as basically a degenerate. He's a rich boy degenerate.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
He at one point feels a calling to God, wants to do things for God, realizes he doesn't know what that means, and decides that instead of risking, doing anything else wrong or wasting any of his time or money or literally anything else, he's going to lock himself in a cave until God makes it clear what he wants him to do. That goes really well for him because what's most important is God, and that's actually an appropriate response, especially emotionally. If you don't know what's going on with God, you retreat.
Can you open that door?
Yep. Dylan, can you get it this time?
I got it this time.
Yeah, I would get it if I could, but I gotta aim. She ran.
Good on her. So then he goes on and he commits himself to a life of 100% poverty. He won't even own a needle. And he's so he just grows so close to God because he literally has absolutely nothing else. That to this day, no one is credited ever in church history for more alive conversions while the person was alive. Stigmata. Did a literal 40 days in the desert without dying. Survived literally 40 days without food or water and fasting. Saw angels, spoke to angels, met popes, changed the church forever. Is still the most popular saint to this day. He also is notable for there was a crusade where the Crusaders were making a lot of progress, and he just said, well, you're not winning because God isn't in your hearts. And then he walked up and he approached the leader of the Muslim armies and he said, you know what? This is what we're gonna do. If my God is God, bring your priests and I will jump into a burning fire with them. And whoever doesn't die, that's God. And their priest wouldn't do it and wanted to have him executed. And the Muslim respected him so much that he said that you and your entire order are free to go into the Holy Land. So he just proved he's like if Christendom deserved the Holy Land, you'd have it. Was what he proved there. And so just above and beyond, his whole thing is just the power of God. This dude is
That's
earthquake,
amazing.
everything. Yeah, he is.
I love that story.
Yeah. Yeah, none of the Crusades weren't good sometimes. It's just...
This is Michael the Archangel, right?
That's probably St. Michael the Archangel.
Can you open that door? This cat, dude, just... If she wouldn't scratch, I wouldn't have to shoot her. Schnitzel! Come here!
You're spraying.
Do you see her? Is she out there?
I don't see her.
All right, close the door. She's smartening up. She's smart. she's wisening up. So that's Saint.
Yeah,
Michael.
Saint Michael, cast Satan out of hell, demon slayer, prince of heaven.
I'd put him.
wow.
I'd put him. Or this is a different guy. I'd put him number 2. Or like,
Fair enough. Yeah,
maybe right there.
He's there in Litany of the Saints. I would put him the highest so far, actually. Yeah, other than Mary.
She's back, isn't she?
She is. If she's there, why don't we just let her in? So
She didn't scratch that time.
No,
So
she
she
is
can come
not.
She's right there.
Let her in. Let her in. Come
Oh,
on.
it's Brick.
Come on, guys. No,
Sitting here.
Brick can't come in. Brick cannot come in.
All right,
Close the door.
She won't move her paw. Her paw stuck.
Brick's out there. We gotta close the door.
He's just standing there.
All right, who is this? Saint John of the Cross.
Amazing or good?
He's poggers actually.
Poggers?
Again, he's kind of like a lot of great meditations. There's a couple times where I'll fault him for being a little bit. I think he gets the character of God wrong in a couple of cases, in my personal opinion. But and it's okay to disagree with the saints sometimes. The saints disagree with each other all the time.
You gotta get at that door.
Very holy man.
I am so sorry. I am so sorry.
No
about
for his
these cats.
meditations, but the greatest contribution, and he should be
All right, we're good.
above Saint Faustina, because what he taught the world, what he gave the world was essentially guidance on how to deal with spiritual darkness, which is one of the most important things in your spiritual life, is understanding how to deal with those moments where God feels far away. Like he is the medic, he's the EMT of the church, so you should probably go above Saint Faustina. Just up one.
Up one, got it. What about that?
That's Saint John the Evangelist. He goes above Saint Michael. This guy, I mean, Giga Chad, he's one of the, like, if you remember in the Gospels, you know, there's the moment where St. John and St. James ask the Lord if they'll get to sit at his right hand or his left. This man actually does it. Like, in Revelation, there are only the 4 people, there are the 4 people closest to the altar of God are the 4 evangelists, of which he is one of them. He's an evangelist. He's the only apostle who God says he doesn't need to be martyred. He's that good, but he did get boiled alive, but he didn't die. Was
he was the one who wrote Revelation?
He was the one who wrote Revelation. Yeah. He wrote the Gospel of John.
I knew he wrote that one.
Yeah, obviously. He's the beloved disciple for a reason. He is.
You're just saying this because you're named John.
I am not. He is he is literally, I think, other than Saint Joseph, he is the holiest man to ever live. He almost never committed sin. He was a virgin his whole life. By the time he knew Jesus, he's already very devout. His whole thing, the reason he was beloved disciple, is because he got Jesus intuitively. Like, he was the person Jesus, like when Jesus was like, oh, these guys are just never they don't understand, getting frustrated. John was the one who understood. He was the one who wrote the gospel that was the deepest and most emotional, because he got Christ on a really emotional level. He's very, personal with him. He understood everything well enough. I mean, he was there's a reason he was called the beloved disciple. There's a reason that he sits where he ended up sitting. There's a reason he got called the Son of Thunder. A lot of people, that we were just talking about this earlier. There's a lot of, it feels like we're allergic to greatness nowadays. It's great that we try to humanize a lot of the saints, especially the apostles, and recognize that they're just fishermen and so on and so forth. But they're also like great men, and they're even like great men before Jesus found them, who made them even greater men.
Well, there's a reason they were chosen.
Right, and he is one of the greatest men to ever live. People always assume the worst. They assume like the human way of thinking. But whether it's, the question he asked to Jesus of, can I sit at his right hand? Like, a lot of people give him crap for that. But Jesus, whenever there was a time where people used spirituality and twisted it for power, Jesus came down very harsh. But he didn't do that here. And that gives us a clue that Jesus probably knew that they meant legitimately, like, what, we'll die for you. Like, what do we have to do? He's not asking them Jesus for power. They're asking to be his closest followers. And he's still saying, you don't know what that's going to cost. It's going to cost you a lot. But St. John actually does it, and it's why he makes it there. There's a reason he makes it to the tomb first. We've talked a lot on the channel about why that story is so important. A lot of people, try to make that out to be just a joke. It's funny until people take that actually seriously. This guy gets a lot more credit, should get a lot more credit. He's one of the best apostles. He stuck around for the longest. there are some church traditions.
Didn't he take care of Jesus' mother?
He took care of Jesus' mother, so he is the person who is closest to the mother of God other than Jesus. So he probably spent as many years with Jesus' mother as Jesus did. And then there are even traditions that believe that he was bodily assumed, like Elijah, but that's not church canon or anything, like Mary is. But the holiest man to ever live other than Saint Joseph.
All right, who's the next guy?
Saint Joseph.
What's so great about Saint Joseph? Let's hear.
He was Jesus' father, and we know nothing else about him.
So how can we say that he's better than John?
Because he was chosen. Because as a Catholic Church, we believe that people are more, women are more than just being. Pregnant persons aren't a thing because women are more than just birth givers. Being a mother means a thing that makes an impact on a child their entire life. Being a father means something. Everything Jesus learned about being a man, he learned from Saint Joseph.
That's fair.
Jesus had a human side. He was the spouse of the holiest woman, thereby the most attractive woman in human history, and never had relations with her. He walked all the way to Egypt and back. He survived untold persecutions. He provided for the whole Holy Family. It's probably what put him in the grave, is the stress of it all. Incredible man. And you can give St. John a mass amount of credit for getting Jesus. St. Joseph gets all that credit for putting that in Jesus to an extent in the first place.
Who's that?
Don't know.
See what I can do.
I don't know who that is either. The next one.
Grab both of those.
And the one after just looks like Jesus. There's 3 for 3 that I don't know.
Is that John the Baptist, maybe?
We can do St. John the Baptist. I don't see him anywhere else.
I think that's St. John the Baptist.
Okay.
I'd say he's Poggers.
Yeah, I mean, the church always puts him very near the top. He probably deserves to be above St. Anthony, actually. It's just, it all comes down to what Jesus said. He baptized Jesus, and Jesus said there is, at the time, he said that there is, at the time that Jesus was speaking of him, there was no greater man born of men. But the point of that was that he was of the old covenant, and the least person who's been baptized by the Holy Spirit is greater than he. So it's complicated, but he was Jesus' cousin. He's John the Baptist.
What about this?
Don't know. We can go Saint Nicholas, in which case, amazing saint. He punched a dude.
I know what Saint Nicholas did.
Yep. Don't know, actually. Saint Maximilian Kolbe. The Poggers.
What did he do?
He started the Knights Immaculata, which is a religious order. It's the biggest Marian religious order to this day. Monasteries all over the world. Very effective in conversion of the East countries like Japan, China. Most of a lot of the Catholicism they have over there, they have because of him, especially in the modern age. St. Catherine the Boer. Okay.
We'll get back to her.
He went out in a concentration camp giving his life for, there was a Jewish man in the concentration camp who had a child and he was going to be executed, and he said, execute me instead so that he can go be with his family.
Cool. All right. Yeah. So St. Catherine the Boer.
She's with St. Faustina, which St. Maximilian Kolbe should be above St. Faustina. I hope I'm not just... It's hard to, if you're giving her credit for Divine Mercy, she's in chat, but if not, then she's probably there. St. Catherine of Boer did a lot of the same, very similar life to St. Faustina. She got revelations from God, and she got bullied for it because everyone was jealous of her and no one wanted to believe her, so on and so forth, but she eventually persevered and went out. Miraculous medal. You have a miraculous medal, I have a miraculous medal. What? That is not the right picture because they're saying that's also St. Francis of Assisi.
We'll get rid of that.
No, that's St. Michael. So who's the other? Oh, St. Raphael's the other one.
This one's St. Raphael?
That's St. Raphael. That's definitely St. Francis, but that's St. Raphael.
Okay, so this is St. Michael. Put him there. Mm-hmm. We'll bring Raphael down.
Oh, Juniper.
Who's Juniper?
That was Juniper.
I don't know anything about him.
Saint today, God, brother Juniper.
I don't know anything
I'm
about
gonna
him.
look it up.
He can stay there for now.
Anyway, talk about her.
we all have miraculous medals here. I have seen them do miracles. I remember there was a dude I prayed for with that who needed a job, and he got the job the next day. Like, he got a job offer. We all have it here. It's great for conversion. Saint Raphael. He's one of the 4 named archangels that we know of. Oh, one of the original followers of Saint Francis Assisi. Okay. I don't know if he's even a saint though. Oh no, he is a saint. I don't know much about his life individually. He can go and
good saint.
Yeah.
Hey, Raphael.
Probably just don't know a lot about him. But he's an angel. He's an archangel.
Yeah. Poggers.
Probably Poggers.
Put him top of Poggers.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, literally, has never done anything wrong. So fair enough. That is Saint Louis de Montfort. He probably goes above Saint John the Cross, underneath Saint Joachim and Anne, he is. Yeah, he underneath one down. Which Saint Moses the Black and Saint Cecilia should probably be below. Okay. Honestly, should honestly be below Saint Maximilian and Kobe.
Yeah,
both of
Juniper
those two.
belongs in good saint, basically.
Okay. He's the king of Marian devotion.
Oh yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah. All I really need to see about the guy. That's Saint Paul, I think.
Saint Paul is Chad.
Yeah.
Because he wrote half the New Testament.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
I'd put him there. The reason Christianity exists in the way it does today is because of Saint Paul.
Right. It gets really hard when you bring in spiritualities with people like Saint Michael the Archangel and Saint John the Baptist, but like, he is one. Yeah, he's
like without Saint Paul, Saint Mark, like those people would be irrelevant to history.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'll give him that.
Like that's like he wrote half the New Testament. He worked so hard to spread it across the world at that time. Mm-hmm. After having persecuted the people who were spreading Christianity, he converted from seeing Jesus and being blinded by Jesus, and devoted the rest of his life to evangelization.
Yeah.
To his death, where he was martyred. Yep.
Yeah. Excellent points. And to your credit, though I wouldn't recommend it, you definitely have a better bet of getting to heaven with just St. Paul and no St. Michael than vice versa.
Mm-hmm. Who's that?
Don't know.
Right.
St. Padre Pio.
The St. Padre Pio right here?
Yeah. He's going to be he's going to be in Poggers right underneath St. Louis de Montfort.
What does St. Padre Pio do?
So for one, he's a stigmatic priest. So he has the stigmata. Incredibly holy man. Very well known because he was in an age where people could speak to him, and he's in an age of technology. He send his words all over the world. His spiritual father is known for bilocation, a very rare miracle where he was literally in 2 places at one time. So one of the holiest men to ever exist in terms of just his personality. Didn't do a lot much else, but the stigmata is a massive miracle in and of itself. And to this day, he's one of the best known miracle workers with people's intercession. That's St. Peter. Oh, heck yeah. And also a Saint, I have a family member whose cancer was cured through the intercession of St. Padre Pio. So.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That's pretty awesome. All right, St. Peter, I think goes right there. Because he was the first pope.
Yeah, he's the apostle. He also wrote some of the letters in the New Testament. He can probably go above St. Michael too.
Yeah, I think he's pretty great. I mean, he's my patron saint.
Who do you think?
My
You're right.
I mean.
Do you think the Word of God would have gotten farther without St. Paul or without St. Peter?
St. Paul is more important.
Think so?
Oh yeah, because it's literally if historians refer to
enough.
our version of Christianity as Pauline Christianity.
That's fair enough.
So because St. Paul took it so far, so St. Paul is definitely more important into that equation, but St. Peter led it. So
right.
I think that's why he's
also
important.
he gets credit for it all, but he didn't. Yeah,
but St. Paul did the legwork.
Exactly.
So
and that's an important lesson. I feel like it's a big massive problem with the modern age, especially when it comes into the saints and virtues like humility and submission and so on and so forth. Those are all virtues, and a lot that something that's fundamentally different from the religious perspective to the human perspective is that leadership and power are not the most important things, are not the things that make one great. So he had a very important role being the leader, but that doesn't mean he was the most important. He wasn't even the holiest apostle.
Who's that?
That's probably I'm gonna guess that's Saint Gabriel if the other angels have been covered.
Gabriel kind of put in the same spot.
Yeah, probably above Saint Raphael just because he's the one who announced Jesus is coming.
Jesus, yes.
What
about this?
That's probably Saint Teresa of Avila. Next to Saint Catherine of next to King Catherine of Siena.
Where's that?
In the top one, the person with the crown of thorns and.
Oh, right here.
Yeah. Road Interior Castle. If you ever hear, and especially any modern priest, talk to you about literally anything, like, have any sort of idea of consistently, like, how people go through their spiritual lives, like, how the spiritual journey unfolds usually, like, how most people first interact with God, what kind of the steps of that process are, St. Teresa of Avila is the one who wrote it down. Her 7 mansions have defined the way we think of the mankind's relationship with God. And again, this is someone who never left a monastery, never started an order, but she's a doctor of the church. She's above St. Dominic because through her humility, through everything that she did, she got to know more about God than St. Dominic ever did.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's our list.
That's our list. Yeah.
Didn't
know who that was.
No idea.
Well, there we go. Catholic Saints. Mary is a topic for its own day. I keep saying that. We will do it probably around. We'll do it on a massive Marian feast day.
I mean,
probably
we could
Marian
just
feast day is
like
a holy day of elevation.
briefly.
The Mother of God.
Didn't sin.
Sinless, immaculately conceived, born without sin, raised in the temple as a virgin, consecrated to God. Eventually leaves that period of consecration as a child, gets married or gets betrothed to Saint Joseph, which you could argue based on the wording she could either have by the time of the angel been married or not married. Betrothal is kind of a weird thing in the Jewish culture, but she was betrothed to Saint Joseph. The angel Gabriel came to her, which is another thing to Saint Joseph's credit, by the way, is that after finding out about her being with child, he didn't stone her or anything.
Yeah.
He believed that this child was actually from God.
Yes.
So she obviously was chosen to be Mother of God. She's addressed as full of grace, literally entirely filled with the presence of God. She conceived and bore a son. She's responsible for the entirety of Jesus' human nature. Jesus is wholly divine, holy man. He has both natures. Everything that is human within him, he got from Mary. And that is why she had to be immaculately conceived. Otherwise, he would have inherited original sin and the inherent disorders that come with that. She's the only womb that could have borne him into the world. She was, again, more than just a birthing unit. She raised him. She was Jesus' mother. The most important thing, is a massive theme of Christianity. The most important thing is the heart, and that is the mother's job. She made the Sacred Heart of Jesus in just about every sense of the word, other than the obviously Jesus in the beginning was the Word, but she raised up the Sacred Heart of Jesus.
How old was she when she gave birth?
14.
Yeah, imagine
she was
that.
14. Yeah, she was 14. She gave birth to Jesus. Chosen to be the Mother of God. She dealt with all the stuff that she had, all the persecution and the dirty looks and the questions, and then she believed God for one. She also, her humility, her yes, and she always modeled throughout the Gospels what perfect discipleship to Christ looks like. We've been through this before. Femininity in the Bible is basically a theme for humanity, and she is the perfect feminine. She is the example of what a perfect human should be, how man perfectly responds to God. In other words, the thing in creation that God cares most about. The thing that God cares most about, because God cared enough about creation to die for it. So Mary, and then from the wedding feast at Cana, she went to Egypt. She presented Jesus. She followed through all of that. A prophet tells you your child's going to be crucified and die for the world, and you say, "Okay, God, sounds good. You can have him." really tough thing to do, especially
She had to
if
watch
you
him die.
Yeah, she had to watch him die. She was one of the two parents that had to be there for that. She watched him die. She took care of him through all that. She provided for him during his ministry. She helped make him buried. She's one of the few who held out hope of the resurrection until he was raised. She was very much a counselor and this bastion of support. And she's absolutely supportive. She never overstepped her bounds, declared herself an apostle, but she wholeheartedly devoted herself to the service of the apostles and made them all who they were. She did for the apostles what, especially for St. John, what she did for Jesus, and made them into being capable of performing the ministries that they did. They couldn't have done it without her. Assumed into heaven, is the Queen of Heaven. More so than anyone in heaven has the power to do things in the world. And that's another point of God, because she had literally zero power in life, basically. Lowest a person can be without, being a sinner, and then raised to the highest. That is the story of Mary, from top to bottom.
I mean, the greatest intercessor.
Greatest intercessor.
Yes. So I'd say pretty based.
Pretty based.
Pretty based.
Mary, pretty based.
And that puts us at an hour 25. I think we've covered everything.
Well, again, Queen of Heaven. The other thing with that is that queenship in in
The Queen Mother.
Yes, is the mother of the king. So
The Queen Mother.
She's queen.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
We did it. We took a long journey to get here.
That did.
An arduous journey before we got to the.
A very holy stream.
Hey,
It's only been an hour and a half.
you want to do one more?
We could do one more.
Okay.
Be a shorter one, but
We go to the tier.
something
maker.
where I need to talk. McDonald's menu items.
McDonald's.
Let's just go to tier maker. Let's go to the screen. All right. What's this? Best movie.
Oh wow.
That's a lot of movies. No. We could do. You guys like Pokemon?
Yeah.
He knows more than I do, but that's fine. I just did a massive amount of talking, so.
Oh my!
We're doing this. We can run through this quick.
I'll do this real quick.
We don't have to be like crazy on this. We have a lot of options though. So, Bulbasaur. I'd say amazing, or great.
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 I'm just give you a
Great.
thumbs up for
All
everything.
right. Ivysaur. Okay.
Okay.
Venus. Ultimate.
Whoa!
I don't like
Gigantamax.
Gigantamax. I say that's amazing.
Okay.
Amazing.
Venusaur.
That's Mega Venusaur. I'd say that's
Incredible.
top tier.
Top tier.
Okay.
And then regular Venusaur, incredible.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Charmander.
Top tier.
Top
Yeah.
tier.
Top tier.
Charmeleon,
Great.
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 Oh,
that's
absolute
favorite, dude. Look at that.
Yeah, it's cool.
I can see why.
Yeah. That's also.
Oh, okay,
That's a
absolute
great version of Charizard. That
Yeah.
one, good.
Okay.
I don't love that one. And
Yeah,
normal
but
Charizard, top
absolute-
tier. Top tier.
That's
Amazing.
Okay.
Or great. Great.
Great.
Nah, amazing. Oh, come on, use Misties.
War Turtle, amazing.
Turtle.
Okay.
I like War Turtle better.
I used to love War Turtle.
Oh,
Dude, that is cool.
absolute favorite.
Yeah.
Absolute favorite.
Oh! He's got a gun!
Absolute favorite. And then top tier.
Top tier.
Top tier. Okay, this is like meh.
Yeah.
Meh. I hate bad.
I hate
Smash.
Bad.
No.
That is pretty cool. I like that.
Okay.
That's great.
It's
I like
okay.
that.
All right.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Bad.
Yeah. All right. Oh, bad.
Bad. And it's better. It's better than Metapod.
Okay.
I put him in okay.
Okay.
That's cool.
Okay.
Amazing or good or great?
Great.
Great.
That's probably like good.
Good.
Good. That's good.
Yeah.
No
It's classic.
opinion.
It's classic.
would say
No
even,
opinion.
I didn't say even great.
That's good. That's great.
Yep.
That's great.
Okay.
And then
What the heck is that?
that's the mega, I think.
There's a mega for this?
Yeah. I put great.
Okay.
Because I think the original is amazing. I like that. Yeah.
I feel like we're doing this like out of 10. I feel like 5 of those points come for like power scaling and 5 come for coolness factor.
Yeah.
Ew.
I don't like
What is
that.
that?
That's the absolute worst.
What
That's
is-
Rattata in like the Alolan version or whatever.
Ew.
Absolute worst. Normal Rattata is meh.
Okay.
Top tier.
No. That's awful.
That's
That's
disgusting. That is.
That can be met too. I don't like
That's
the
an absolute
Rattatas.
favorite.
Spearow.
Spearow.
Rats are cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Fearow. I say meh. I don't like Fearow.
Spearow was just.
That's weird. Ekans.
Okay.
Okay. Arbok's pretty cool. I'll give him a grade.
Especially in the anime.
Great or amazing? I'd put amazing. I like Arbok a lot.
Amazing.
Amazing. Ooh.
Gigantamax Pikachu. What do you think?
I think amazing
Okay.
or great. Not a huge fan.
Probably great. A little bit weird looking.
Normal Pikachu, incredible.
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 Oh, he's got to be top tier. You put
No.
Charmander in top tier?
Yeah.
Charizard in top tier, but not Pikachu?
Yeah. Just because he's
He's iconic.
he's iconic, but
But I don't
that's why he's
need
incredible.
I guess he gets all 5 points for iconic. I just don't
Great.
understand Charizard.
I'd put him in like
Meh.
good or
Okay.
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 Okay. I don't really love it. That's great.
Great.
Great. I hate that.
Ew. Why is it blue?
Bad. That great. Or good. Good.
Great.
Good.
Great.
Oh, good.
Good. Good. Ah, it's pretty. That's badass. I like that. I better than what we saw before. I put him in good.
Good.
Good. That's great.
Okay.
No opinion.
Okay.
Okay.
Meh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Meh.
Meh.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Good.
good. Good. Good.
Clefairy.
Smash.
Great.
No.
Good.
Good.
Good. Good.
What,
Smash.
there's
Okay.
literally a difference.
This
Okay.
is becoming I am Markiplier. I have become Markiplier.
Well, I don't love that.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's more like a good.
Okay.
Maybe while you guys rate the Pokemon on the 10 list, I just say Smash or
Is
Pass.
this amazing?
Yeah.
I like that.
I agree.
And this is great.
I agree.
Oh, that's
Ugh.
great or good?
Ugh.
Okay.
Okay.
Bad.
Bad.
Bad. Bad.
Bad.
Bad.
Super
Yep.
top tier.
Absolute worst.
Absolute worst.
Absolute.
Absolute worst.
No.
Bad.
Oh,
Bad.
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 What is a radish?
Even
Worst.
worse.
Worst.
Yeah. Yep.
Absolute
Oh,
worst.
okay.
Not the
Meh.
Meh.
Bad.
They're crabs, bro. What?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Meh.
Meh.
Diglett.
That's the weird Diglett.
Okay.
Meh.
Diglett.
Okay. Original Diglett?
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, good.
Good. Oh,
Ew.
absolute worst.
What the?
Great.
Great.
Great. Absolute worst.
worst.
Oh, that's pretty. I like that. That's
Okay.
good. Good. Absolute worst. Get that shit out of here. Normal Meowth? Good.
Good.
Whoa, absolute. What's with his face?
I hate this.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's just a cat.
Good.
Good.
Good. Great.
Okay.
Great. Ooh. Great.
Great.
Great. Amazing. Or incredible.
I don't.
He just likes to look like monkeys.
I love
He
Primates,
likes
dude.
monkeys.
I'll go amazing. Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I love these. And then this one's
Yeah.
top tier.
Top tier.
Top tier.
Hollywag.
I think it's great.
Good.
Good.
Great. Okay.
Because then great
Great.
and incredible. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'd say it's okay.
Okay.
I'd say that.
All right.
That's
That's
great. That's
great.
great. And oh,
That's top.
absolute favorite. That's an
yeah,
absolute
yeah,
favorite.
Yeah. Yep.
I love that one. And then that's top tier.
Top tier.
Top tier. Yeah. He's good.
Good.
Good. Great.
Great.
Right.
Oh, that's
Top
top
tier,
tier.
yeah.
That's top tier. That's pretty cool. And then this is incredible.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plants vs Zombies.
That's
What
bad.
the?
Bad. Oh, man.
What the? Smash?
No.
That one's okay.
Okay.
That's great.
Great.
No, bad.
Smash.
What do you think? You good?
I think it's disgusting.
That's now that is okay.
Okay, that's okay.
I don't like that. That's bad.
He is leprosy.
No.
Okay.
No.
What?
That can be
Okay,
good.
Good.
Good. That's cool. I like that.